Oh no! Oh crap! Screwed that one up. Removed everything.
There.
There you go. Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 112. My name is Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
We're just going to keep going. A little bit of a technical issue there. We've had some technical issues getting started tonight, so we might as well do as the Muppets did, and let's get it started in here. No, that was not the Muppets. That's Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started in here.
Yeah, I always get them mixed up.
Yeah. Will.i.am and Kermit the Frog, they're very similar.
Mm-hmm. Very similar, yep.
How have you been? I know.
Fine. Well, I was dead chuffed with myself until about 20 minutes ago because I'd managed to get Wi-Fi in my studio, and I thought, great, I can have a different background, all my geeky stuff in the background, my DVDs and games and things like that in the background, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
I don't know why.
So you still get a big giant clock in the back, so you know.
I've still got a massive clock.
That's right, yeah. Just a reminder again that tomorrow we will be doing our season finale for WandaVision. So that's happening tomorrow. So James is joining us. We're going to go and do a reaction video for the finale. So please come along. It's at 10 p.m. in the UK and 5 p.m. on if you're in the East Coast in America. So Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. I guess we can jump right into the news. Do you want to talk about the news first, or you want to?
Yeah.
It's the news.
I'm loving your work. I'm loving your work.
It took me ages to find that.
Well, I said to you, I'll do a wee jingle or something. I did absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sloan came up with that. Brilliant.
There you go. So, for those of you who live in the UK, yes, it does rip off the BBC website, news website.
And for you guys listening to the podcast, Sloan's just made up a thing.
Yeah, but you get a wee jingle as well.
You stolen it?
No, it's on. So I didn't steal it. I downloaded it from. There's a website called Pixabay.com, Pixabay.com, I think they're called. And they have Pixabay.com. Big shout out to them. They have introductions and sort of like small video clips, which are just perfect for this kind of stuff. So I actually borrowed it as well for the other one that we're going to use later on in the show as well, to sort of break up the segments of the show, because we're trying to be a bit more organized when it comes to the podcast. So that's kind of what we're trying to do just now. Anyway, this is the news segment.
This is all completely scripted, though.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Even the bits that go wrong, 100% scripted.
Even the ums and the uhs are all meticulously planned.
You're right.
I think I am. So So it turns out that apparently, let's go into the news. I can share my screen here. In fact, I'm going to do it just now.
Netflix.
It looks like this is from comicbook.com. So Star Wars Andor is reportedly going to add Ewan McGregor as Obi Wan Kenobi. So he's going to be saying hello there to Cassian Andor. So that's interesting.
Unfortunately, you get 1980s internet there because the picture hasn't quite updated.
No, every time I load it, there's this black bar that goes over it. I'm assuming it's Warner Brothers just pre-doing it, because it's if I refresh the page,
really?
It comes in and then it puts a black bar over the top
and then
of it.
Covers it.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So there you go. Thanks, Warners. Clearly got the memo.
Crazy.
I know, it's weird. So much like the different series set in the timeline of The Mandalorian, looks like Lucasfilm will also tie their various prequel series together as well. So we're getting a prequel series. There's also rumor as well about them doing a Luke Skywalker series.
Yeah.
What's the story with that? Because you and James have been talking about it, and I've seen images of Sebastian Stan floating back and forth about
Well, there's been heavy rumours that Sebastian Stan is going to be Luke Skywalker in a sort of when
post Jedi
was post Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Pre
sequels.
Force Awakens. Aye. Sequel trilogy.
So it's the intervening years.
Aye.
Right.
And I mean, God, when you see them side by side, I don't know if you got that image there, but
I did.
It's been doing the rounds It's been doing the rounds for quite some time now, and incidentally, they've not altered his face at all. All they've done is put Sebastian Stan's face in. Aye. All they've done is plopped his face on there.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive how much they do look alike.
Yeah, I know. And
it's pretty interesting. Although
that picture's been doing the rounds for quite some time now.
So this is
that rumour's been going for quite some time.
This is Hamill post his horrific accident as well. So this is Empire Hamill.
Bespin Hamill,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he basically got his face torn off, didn't he?
He did, yeah, in a traffic accident.
He was fighting a monkey.
A wampa.
That's what chimpanzees will do to you. They'll
all right, David Attenborough. What's this?
That's just true. This is what they do. Okay. They try and rip your face off and tear off your genitals.
Okay.
So
and you know this from experience?
That's why Michael Jackson had to get rid of Bubbles, because Bubbles the chimp. No, not that. You can't say that.
I never said a word.
You're going to sing that song?
I wasn't going to sing the song. No, stop. No.
And when they get in, they're fine when they're younger, But once they get teenagery and they get a bit they get really aggressive, they'll rip your face off. That's not what happened to Mark Hamill.
Teenagers in general,
crash, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was in a car crash. No, I think you're getting mixed up with someone else that we can't mention for legal reasons.
So anyway, he was driving with a chimp in the car in Ireland,
with a chimp.
And the chimp ripped his face off and he crashed the car.
Right. Sure.
In 1981.
Sounds plausible.
Yeah. So fact.
Also, this is in related Disney news, Disney Star Wars Obi Wan news. This is actually from December. I can make this a little bit bigger as well.
Oh yes.
So this is the rematch there, the Rumble in Alderaan or whatever it's going to be, but it's Rumble in Mustafar. This is Obi Wan and Darth Vader get to go into it again. I quite like this idea because Darth Vader and Obi-Wan in Star Wars are fairly equally matched, like A New Hope, because Obi-Wan's old and Darth Vader can't really move around because of his suit. And it would be nice to see a rather fit... To see you nice. It'd be nice to see a rather fit Obi-Wan fighting Darth Vader. Because Darth Vader will be like, what the... Huh? Because he can't really move around properly in that suit. Unless, of course, they go the route of the force pulling Vader kind of stuff. That would be kind of cool as well.
We spoke about the guy that rejigged the original Star Wars A New Hope fight, didn't we?
We
did. I'm sure way back.
Yeah.
One of the first
episodes. Yeah.
Pre YouTube.
Pre stream.
Yeah.
Pre videos.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was kind of dinosaur days.
It was, yeah.
Like way back,
Yep.
wooden cars and all that.
All that good stuff. Flintstones.
Mhm.
Had to use the
That's
feet
right.
to move. Yep.
Um,
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. That's a copyright strike. Warner Brothers.
Definitely. Not the way you sing it.
You'd be surprised.
You've totally lost me. I'm back to
Sorry. Back in
Obi Wan
dinosaur
and
times.
Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the remake.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
So when he said, in A New Hope, when Darth Vader said, the last time we met or whatever, you were the master. Now I'm the master, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't referring to the
You're the
Mustafar
master.
fight then. No, you're the master.
No, you're the master.
No, you
you're
are.
the master.
Come on.
No,
Come on, you are.
Oh.
Yeah.
For me.
All right then. Yeah. So it wasn't referring to the Mustafar fight then, according to this new stuff that's been made up now. Yeah, it's all good. It's good to see Hayden back. It's been heavily. I know that I was looking at that story there. I thought it was quite a new story. That I knew Hayden had been announced that he was going to be in it, and I wonder if that will be the kind of the kind of the focus. That Vader is after Obi Wan. He knows that feels his presence or whatever. That's going to be the thing.
I kind of wonder what the point is in having Hayden Christensen there, because it's not like the Mandalorian, where the Mandalorian can take his hat off, his helmet off, and it's like, oh look, kids, it's Pedro Pascal. It's like you take Vader's helmet off and he dies. His voice is James Earl Jones, and his body isn't Hayden Christensen. So it's like, what's the point in him being there? Yeah,
unless they're going to invent some sort of thing that he's got some breathing apparatus or something. But before he. Yeah, I kind of think.
But the thing is that he needs to breathe in. Like the whole thing about the suit is he needs it to breathe, because what's his face? The Emperor doesn't want him to be all powerful. He wants him to be his lackey. So he's got him. Yeah. He's got him kind of under the thumb. He's like, well, you need me because I'm the one keeping you alive. And by the way, I'm not. It's it's the cheap public health system suit he's got. He doesn't have Bupa. That's what
maybe they've just got some nudie Bacta tank scenes that they need Hayden for or something. I don't know.
Maybe
just wearing his pants,
or maybe it's flashbacks. Maybe it's all done in flashbacks.
Oh, maybe. I don't know why. In which case flashbacks.
I don't know. Flashbacks to Mustafar.
Just show the prequels.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I think what the Obi Wan series is going to be about is going to be these Jedi hunters that are tracking them down, and it's maybe Vader that's hired these guys, or
I think he did though. I think there was a whole story in the comics. I think. Please comment below. But I think there's the one where he took it on him. Vader took it on himself to go and hunt down the remainder of the Jedi, the ones that escaped the Order 66 with a side of rice.
Yeah, nice. I can do that now.
Yeah. Spare ribs, isn't it?
Yep.
And gravy.
Well, depends where you go, I suppose.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah.
Not the numbers aren't.
No, they're not uniform. No.
Let's just clear that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's going to be the focus of the story, that he's getting chased down and he's also overlooking Luke as a child, because there was a comic book about that as well. Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan in the background, watching over a young Luke.
Yeah.
So that's bound to come into it as well. You know?
Oh, was it Obi Wan the Autumn Years?
Aye.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I must admit. And of course, he's going to appear in.
Cassian Andor.
It's just been announced in Andor. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of that's interesting as well, because at the end of the Clone Wars, he goes into hiding, and he really has nothing to do with the Republic. In fact, well, the Republic's gone; it's the Empire at that point. So it'll be interesting to see if how he gets involved with the rebels.
Yeah. I actually, when Rogue One came out, I actually thought we would have seen Ewan McGregor in that movie. You know, remember the big statue of him, and it was like falling in the desert,
Jedi.
massive big statue. Looked like Obi Wan, but and I thought he might have appeared in it, but he didn't. So it makes sense that he would appear. So, even if it's a hologram, it might be.
It's a prequel as well. So.
Yeah.
So it's a prequel.
It's all good.
It's a prequel. It's Cassian Andor, what he did before the war, kind of thing, or during the war. During the war. So there's a guy out there. Overlord DVD is the channel. I think his name is Doomcock. Don't quote me on that.
Pardon?
I know.
A doom clock.
And yeah, the doom clock. It's always 2 minutes to midnight. And he's convinced that Disney's going to completely decanonize. I don't know if that's the correct word. The sequel trilogy and rejig some of it, so that, for example, Leia dies in the vacuum of space, and then they can redo the rest of the trilogy. It feels, those QAnon folk that think that Trump was going to get inaugurated back in March 4th. It feels a bit like that. It feels a bit.
That's not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna. They're not gonna do that.
It's not gonna work.
It's done.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
There's been. We're all back. We're all back in line now because of the Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. That's happened. Mandalorian came along, put us back in line. It's all nice now.
We're all pals again. Well, some of us are, but there's still the toxic fandom that is the Mchale that live in. I really have to be careful what I say here, because I'm actually broadcasting this from a basement. But people who live in a basement, in their mum's basements, neckbeards, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Who are going this is not like Star Wars, and I'm going like guys, you had a couple of as far as action movies are concerned, they were fine. Like Force Awakens was okay. Rise of Skywalker, as much as I hate that movie, it was a fine action movie. But I have a lot of problems with the story and with the just the way that things went down, and a lot of the dialogue was just ropey. So from my perspective, it was an insult to cinema. But as far as Star Wars is concerned, it's Star Wars. It's a dumb name for a franchise anyway. Star Wars. I mean, let's not think too deeply into it.
It's funny because I was reading Anthony Daniels' book, the I Am C-3PO book, and do you know who the only person he thanks at the end is?
George
J.J. Abrams.
What?
J.J. Abrams. Yep. He didn't say thanks for everything, George Lucas. He says thank you, J.J. Abrams. And I'm like, what? Lucas gave you your career,
Okay, can we just have a chat, a frank chat about J.J. Abrams? You need
to read that book, by the way.
Yeah, not if he thanks J.J. Abrams at the end of it.
Anthony Daniels is off the scale,
If you look at the career of J.J. Abrams, it's not. Yeah, it's not good.
It's good.
He's fallen into success. He's not it's just, I don't know, Lost, for example.
Yeah.
Alcatraz, which no one talks about. I watched that.
Okay.
Like I'll watch anything that J.J. Abrams puts out, but he's a carbon copy of good 80s directors. And as such,
Aye.
he's not as good as them.
Well, he's not his own thing, I suppose is what you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is compare J.J. Abrams with Jon Favreau.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Which one do you think makes better movies or TV shows?
Favreau. Definitely Favreau.
Think of all the classics, that he's made. He made Iron Man, he made Elf, he made The Mandalorian, all of these movies. They're all fantastic. All of these things, they're all fantastic. And J.J. Abrams, I'm not saying that he's a hack. I'm not saying that. I'm implying it. I'm not saying that, but he's not as good as Jon Favreau by like a country mile.
But he's not, but he's still good, I think. I think I've been a bit harsh.
We should agree.
Let's move on. I think we spoke about this last week.
I think we speak about this every week.
No, it's usually Ryan Johnson.
It is. Oh, that's true, yeah. No, he is a hack. To be fair. I've seen Knives
definitely
Out.
Not mentioning
Looper was good.
Looper was good.
Yeah.
Knives Out was so over
thought out.
No.
Do you know it was
overpraised.
It was trying to be too clever.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have made it more farcical. In fact, do you know if he just made a rip-off version of Clue, it would have been a good movie.
Yeah.
Just saying. So the rumors are that there's an X-Men reboot in the works. Kevin Feige has said that he's going to do it, and it's going to be called The Mutants, not X-Men.
Okay.
I'm okay.
I think we'll finally see. I think we'll finally see Wolverine in his yellow outfit.
Did we not see Wolverine in his yellow outfit?
No.
Did we not see that in the first one?
No.
Did you not complain about it? Okay.
No, never. He's always been in a kind of X-Men.
Yeah, the black leather biker get up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's never been in a sort of the traditional comic book version.
Yeah.
I think Feige will sort that out for the fans. Fans want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Wolverine in his yellow. So who's going to play Wolverine? Armitage Shanks?
Well, no. Tom Hardy?
He's already playing Venom.
Yeah.
In Marvel. I know it's not part of the MCU, but he's still playing Venom.
Well, Jennifer Lawrence is an X-Men, and she's getting touted as the Fantastic Four. You know, Mr. Fantastic's wife. What do you call her? No, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Blonde.
Not Storm. It's not his wife. It's his sister.
The Invisible Woman.
Yeah, that's his sister.
It's Mr. Fantastic's wife. It's the fire guy.
Oh no, it's Johnny Storm. That's what I'm thinking of. It's his sister.
And there you go. In Fantastic Four, it was Chris
Pratt. No. Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
That he was.
That's true. He was Johnny Storm. Yeah, that's a good point.
Fantastic Four and Captain America as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's my pick then. Hugh Jackman is Professor Xavier.
All right.
We're kind of funny.
Is he never going to play him again?
He said he isn't. No.
Right. Okay. Who would be a good pick then for that?
For Wolverine. So I think, the Tom Hardy thing would probably work if Tom Hardy wasn't actively playing Venom, because I think it's okay for oh God, you just mentioned him there. The Fantastic Four, that franchise died, so he came back as Captain America.
Mhm.
What about Sebastian Stan? He's the one that always gets thrown in these things.
No, he's a Marvel
No.
character as well, though.
Oh, true enough. Aye. He's
Bucky's
the arm guy, Winter Soldier.
Aye, he's going to be in the
He'll,
next
I mean, so here's
Disney Plus series.
Here's the other problem they've got is they've got all these characters. They're running out of people in Hollywood.
No,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be different. Maybe it'll be somebody completely plucked
Maybe
from
you.
obscurity.
Yeah.
Me?
Is it you?
I'm up for it.
You could play Wolverine.
I'd need to do some press ups and things, but
You'd need to lose about 6 inches of height as well.
And I'd need to lose about 5 stone in weight. I think it's doable.
I could play Thor.
You could play. Can you imagine this remake, me and you? Right?
No, I could actually play Thor. You know the other Thor, the portly Thor.
Oh, the one in
Lebowski Thor.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, I could play that just now.
Yep.
I got the voice and everything. I am got the voice. I did have the voice.
Yeah. I'd be up for that.
Cool. Shall we? That's all the news. Shall we move on to what you've been watching?
Well, yeah. I think I need my phone though.
Do you want to go grab your phone?
I'll grab my phone.
Grab your phone.
2 seconds, just over there.
Is it? Finally's away. Well, yeah. So, just another reminder: if you've got this far, you want timely reminders, give us the old subscribe notification bell, and YouTube will work its wonders. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share on social media like Facebook and Twitter. And let's enter what you're watching.
Whoa!
That'll wake you up.
It. Certainly would.
I went for that. God, what was that? Satellite 7 or Satellite Channel 7 or whatever it was.
Satellite Channel 7.
Do you remember it? Was it Channel 7? It was on Channel 4, and it was where like Magenta Divine? She got her big break.
Oh yeah, I know the thing. Yeah,
you know the one I mean. Yeah, I was kind of channeling that.
Roger.
Kind of
Yeah,
Max Headroom type stuff.
Yeah, I know the thing you mean. Maybe the viewers won't know, but you know, you're not really missing anything. Don't worry. Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
So our cinema night on Friday.
Wait, hang on a minute.
Seem to be down.
Hold on.
What?
Magenta Divine's dead.
What? When?
2 years ago, March 2019.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
That's crazy. Network 7. That was it. Network 7. I knew it had a 7 in the title. Yeah. Good. She died on March the 6th, 2019, after a short illness, which she was undergoing treatment in Central London Hospital. She was 61 years old.
There you go. No one knows who this is, Sloan, by the way. You do realise that.
I know, but we know.
And we know.
Maybe people watching this will know. But anyway, Network 7.
Yeah,
that's the thing I was thinking about.
Network 7, that was it. Yeah, that's right. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Late
Janet
80s.
Reporter.
Late 80s.
When was it? Yeah, it ran for 2 years. 87 to October 88. That was it. I remember it being on forever.
Is that what Max Headroom was on?
No, it's completely separate.
All right, cool. Anyway, moving on. Right, we finished that behind her eyes thing.
Oh,
Netflix. Woo!
Was it good?
That was a goodie. Yeah. Quite trippy. Quite trippy. It's we did work out what was going to happen I must admit, by the last 2 episodes, I think we'd kind of figured out what was happening before it got revealed. But it was good. Enjoyed it. I watched a documentary called "Made You Look" about fake artwork, people buying oh god, what do you call the guys?
Criminals.
No. Let's say Hopper. The guy that did all the splash paintings.
Pollock.
Yeah, Jackson Pollock. Well done. And the guy that did the squares, just this, not Mondrian.
Liechtenstein, or whatever his name was.
Nah, I can't remember. But anyway, stuff that you could easily replicate, basically.
Yeah.
And this guy, it was this Chinese guy, spoilers, this Chinese guy making all the paintings, and this guy was flogging them for £800,000. Sorry, he was buying them for £800,000 and then selling them for $5 million.
Yeah.
So this woman was selling them for $5 million. Mad.
It was Mondrian, by the way. With the squares.
No, it's not him. It's not him. I'm thinking of. It's oh god, I can't remember it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But if you've got that much money and you're spending that kind of money on a painting, and all the experts in inverted commas are saying, "Oh yeah, it's the real deal." It just goes to show you it's complete smoke and mirrors, that world.
Yeah.
And if you're daft enough to buy it, and if you've got that much money,
I have a bridge
buy
to
it
sell
because
you.
you like it, not because buy it because you like a paint, not because you think it's.
Do you not think? I mean, we don't need to get into it because it's your world, but I mean, do you not think that the higher end PCs go because they're just collectors? That's all they do, is they just get it and then throw it in a dusty warehouse. They don't actually have it on show.
But they buy it because it's also got a legacy behind it that famous presidents maybe owned it, or somebody. The more famous people that have owned that painting, the more it's worth as well. So it's not just the painting. No, but they have owned it in the past. Mm-hmm. So that all goes to how much a painting costs. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty, it ends up being nothing about the actual artwork and more about the provenance, where it came from.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's a good word, provenance.
Well, that's what it is. That is the word, provenance. That's the history of from it being painted to who's owned it in the past.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. Then we dumbed down and we watched Ride Along with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube.
Yeah,
Ice Cube, which was really good.
Okay.
I
like Kevin Hart.
I really like Kevin Hart. Yeah, me too. And it started off, I was like, I don't know about this. But we watched it because I thought The Rock was in it. And I'm like, God, we seem to watch The Rock movies every bloody week.
Yeah.
So I was kind of glad The Rock wasn't in it. Yeah. And it was really good. It was really, really good. Really, a lot of funny bits in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And plenty of action. The kind of buddy thing.
Yeah.
Where Kevin Hart's like trying to be a cop, right? He's like trying to get into cop college or whatever, police academy or whatever. And his 2B brother-in-law is a cop, right? And he's this kind of hard-ass cop who's Ice Cube, and he wants to prove to him that he's a good guy, and he's like tough and all that. So it's really good. Really enjoyed it.
Cool.
We watched a thing called the Joel Mchale show. I've never heard of this guy.
What do you mean you never heard of Joel Mchale? He's Jeff from Community.
Oh, is he in Community? Right,
yeah.
That makes sense. Right. So he's got this kind of clip show. It's like a bit like Gogglebox or something.
Yeah.
And he
Tosh.0. Yeah. Watched it all.
All right, that's quite good.
It is,
funny.
yeah. It's cancelled.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think there's 2 seasons of it.
Yeah. It's produced by
Um,
Paul Feige, who makes a couple of appearances in it.
Yeah. Listen, was Paul Feige one of the kids in the hall?
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah. He's a writer director, but he's not. He wasn't.
Remember the Canadian?
I know the one you're thinking
No.
of is Scott Thompson. I think is the guy you're thinking of.
Is it? 'Cause he looks like him.
Let me show a picture of Scott Thompson.
I meant to Google it at the time, but I didn't.
There you go. Open new window. Share. Click on yourselves.
Oh yeah, is that right? Okay, that's who I thought it was.
That's Scott Thompson from Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, that was a really good Canadian Monty Python-esque show. I don't know if you can see
really
that.
good.
Can you watch that anywhere?
Do you know what? I don't know, but I'll tell you something. It's referenced quite a bit in Family Guy and American Dad. So Seth MacFarlane must be a fan of Kids in the Hall.
It was a very funny, very, very funny show.
It was a really good show.
Yeah, it was really good.
In fact,
remember the squashing your head, crushing
your head. I'm squashing your head. Look at you silly man! I'm squashing your head. And the French furriers, the trappers, they would roam the corridors of businesses and for pelts, and they would like skin the office workers. So yeah, so that's Scott Thompson there.
It looks so like him.
Kevin
it looks like
Thingy. Yeah, and see this guy over here on the extreme right. He's the manager in Superstore.
All right, okay.
That guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. There you go.
The wee guy on the right is I think he must do stand up still or something. But he was on Joe Rogan's show. He's quite a big guy on aliens and stuff like that.
He's also he did Newsroom, I think, with Phil Hartman and
right.
Oh god, I can't remember who else was in it. There's a few people in it, but yeah, it ran for a few seasons as well. That one.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that was a good show. They did a movie.
To success.
Did they not do a movie as well?
I think they did. They've done a couple of movies, and they've done. They've definitely done one that went to iTunes, I want to say. But yeah, they've definitely done a few movies together. Not as many movies as Trailer Park Boys.
Not interested in that.
What?
I also watched on the BBC a program called The Terror. It's a great title. The Terror. And it's got our friend in it. It's got our friend in it, Jared Harris. Friend of the show.
Yep. That'd be great.
I thought I like everything he does. So, even before I knew who Jared Harris was, and then I'm like, oh, he was in that. That's him.
Yeah.
Stuff.
He's in.
So he's in it
this year as well.
All right. Okay. He's in something else I watched recently, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's a kind of old kind of period thing, right? Where it's about a ship that's up in the Arctic somewhere.
Is he the captain?
Kind of breaking through the ice. He is.
Does he wear the little hat? You know, the little peak cap.
He wears a little hat,
and he barks orders at people.
All
that kind of stuff.
No, not quite. He's got the other guy that you'd recognise as well to do that for him. I'll just show you.
He looks like he could wear that hat. Like he looks like he was made to wear that hat. It just went all weird.
That guy. You recognise him? He's been quite a number of things. He was in Game of Thrones and stuff. He's the kind of guy that barks the orders. But yeah, I've only watched one one episode so far, but
It's from 2018.
aye, but
Is it? Yeah, it is 2018.
they're just showing it on the BBC just now. I don't know. Was it maybe one of the on Shudder or something? Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
This says this is the Sunday Times. It says no complicated or expensive locations, just cheap Hollywood ice for miles, and everyone has been squeezed into a hot naval uniform that even makes Jared Harris look kind of sexy.
Okay.
Okay. That's not why I watched it. But yeah.
But it was
pretty. But it's good and it's
it's free. It's good and it's free. Two things that we like in this show.
Yes. There you go.
Did you watch WandaVision?
Oh, sorry. I watched the finale. Of course I did. I was very satisfied by it, I must admit. I don't know if you were you?
It's okay. I think it's like everything else. The run up, the build up is more exciting than the actual finale because at some point they've got to end it, and it was okay. I mean, they tied up a lot of the stories. I think that there was a few storylines where it was like, and so you were kind of looking around like, is that it? Like the whole Darcy thing was like, okay. Woo was like, okay.
I thought that was all by this. I know
Rambo as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's WandaVision, but still, it's like there wasn't really a satisfying end to all the characters. So for that, it was meh. I thought the bit at the end was a complete tearjerker. I mean, I'm not really into it. I mean, there was a lot of like the acting has been first class, first rate throughout the whole show. I don't care what our friend Marty says. The acting's been first rate. The whole bit where they hit the two characters have their moment at the very end was just like
that was brilliant.
Paul Bettany fighting Paul Bettany.
Oh,
where
that was so strong. That stuff.
Weird lip curl. The White Vision had this weird like that.
Yeah, that's right.
That was so well done. Like just how he made the two characters completely different. It was the same at the same time. Amazing, great stuff.
See the bit when they were talking to each other. When he was saying, I'm not the original Vision and stuff like that, and he's like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, basically tell me more.
Yeah.
And then he describes,
elaborate. I think he says.
If a ship has every single piece of wood replaced, is it still the same ship? The conversation they had, all the stuff with them in it, brilliant.
I started laughing at that because all I could think of was that Fools and Horses one with Trigger talking about his broom. Yeah. And I started laughing at that because to him it's the same broom.
That wasn't funny.
I know
I thought it was a really good bit.
I'm not saying that. It just to him it's the same broom. To everybody else it's not the same broom. And
you're reminiscing about Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah. But it's a massive philosophical question: is it the same ship? And some would argue it is because it's the voyages that the ship has gone on, and that's kind of what Vision was saying is that the barnacles that get attached to the hull and the rot and all that kind of stuff. That's what makes the ship the ship. It's the journey that counts. It's not the vessel you make the journey in. It's the journey. And so it was a nice.
I just loved all that stuff.
Yeah,
I thought the fight they had between the two of them was brilliant as well. Yeah. All that stuff was great.
Yeah,
really good. That's my favourite bits actually.
The end was really good as well. The mid credits and the post credit scenes, they were really good, really satisfying.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess we'll wait until.
It was definitely a big success.
Multiverse of Madness.
A big achievement.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about last week, is Falcon and the Winter Soldier going to be the most difficult one to pull off because it is the most traditional one out of everything that's so far?
Yeah.
What If is totally different. Wanda's been totally different to, doesn't have to live up to anything really. Loki is the same, It's different as well. But Winter Soldier and Falcon is going to be like.
It feels like it might be it feels like that kind of buddy action movie kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe they'll put a smart spin on it.
It could have the danger of we've seen this before. It's not as interesting as WandaVision because we've never seen what they did there with that. Yeah,
that's true. That's very true. I watched this week. Talking to Marvel, Spider-Man: Homecoming. We watched that last Sunday. We're going to watch Spider-Man: Far From Home tonight.
Far From Home,
which we've never seen, so we're going to watch that tonight. We watched the A-Team because that's on Disney Plus.
Is it? I've never seen that movie.
It's how to describe A-Team? I liked it. I thought it was fun. If you're looking for an A-Team movie, though, I would probably recommend The Losers more than the A-Team.
Right.
They're same idea, Soldiers of Fortune, all that kind of stuff. Chris Evans is in The Losers, and the whole cast is great. The guy from Henry Dean Morgan or whatever his name is, the guy from or Dean Harry Morgan, whatever his name.
I know the guy. I mean, I know this is live.
Fine. Great.
Sorry.
That means I've got to edit this.
It had to happen.
So last night we watched Coming to America as well.
The new one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not. I mean, it's not as good as the first one. The first one obviously was brand new and everything, but the second one. It's 30 years in the making, so he goes back. The story is that he finds out he's got a son, and he goes back to find him, to bring him back, because Wakanda's stuck in the Dark Ages. They have to have a king, they can't have a queen. And so he has to find his son. He's got 3 daughters, and that's the sort of, the kind of fish out of water story is that it's the son coming from Queens to Wakanda, not Wakanda. Zamunda, Wakanda.
Black Panther.
They do address it.
What do they?
Yeah. So it's all right. It's okay. I mean, it had its moments where I was laughing out loud. So I mean, it's not. I liked
the first one a lot.
The first one's hilarious.
The first one was funny. Yeah.
What I think is nice about it is Wesley Snipes is in this one as well. But what's nice though is he plays the evil general from their neighboring country, which is called Nixdoria, which I thought was quite funny. Nixdoria.
Very good.
Yeah. And most of the original cast is back. So the Queen isn't back. The Queen of Zamunda isn't back. She died in 95 or something. But James Earl Jones is back. Arsenio Hall's back. They do a flashback. You remember the twins that do the beatboxing? Where they're talking to each other? They're back. The guy with Sexual Chocolate and the band Sexual Chocolate. Oh
man, I love that bit so much.
Yeah. So all of those guys are back. So it's kind of nice seeing them all after 30 years. Like, kind of, what are they up to now?
Have they got a kind of barber thing?
There's a couple of barber
barbers?
bits in it. Yeah, they've obviously not aged, despite the fact that we probably wouldn't have made it another 30 years. But they're still kicking, and he's still got his barber store, and there's still the old Jewish guy and the two old black guys as well. They're sort of,
so they're in it. It's obviously
well,
Eddie Murphy playing every character.
And Arsenio Hall as well.
Well, so he is. He does as well.
I think he plays the guy always eating.
Yeah.
Okay, but apparently that's one of those kind of tropes of barbershops and Queens, apparently. So, and McDowell's in it as well. Cleo McDowell. He's back in it as well. He's the guy from the dad. Oh, and Lisa's in it as well. She's Queen Lisa now, obviously, because Prince Akeem became the king.
Spoilers.
That was within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Is the first one in Prime?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So his next movie though is what was it called? Beverly Hills Cop 4. And apparently it's coming to Netflix. Yeah, and it's going to be directed by the same guys that did Bad Boys for Life.
All right, okay.
So
makes sense.
Yeah. And
Beverly Hills Cop 3 was rubbish. Remember that? Remember it was set in a fun fair.
Set in Universal Studios Hollywood, I think.
We went to see that. We saw that in the pictures, I think.
And this week I've got queued up because I noticed it on Netflix. I have not been on Netflix a lot. I've been spending most of my time in either Prime or Disney Plus. So this week though, I'm like, ooh, there's another murder mystery thing on Netflix. It's called Murder Amongst the Mormons.
Yes, I saw that advertised.
And I'm like, I'm gonna watch that. So I'm gonna watch that this week at some point. That's gonna be my thing to watch.
And that's drone shots.
I'm 100% there's gonna be drone shots in there because you're gonna have to have nice, beautiful. I'm assuming at some point they're gonna have to go to like Brigham Young University, which means they're gonna have to go to Utah, which is beautiful. So I think they're gonna have to do some nice drone shots for that one. But yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
Excellent.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Sorry for going for a pee.
It's all right. It's okay. I'll edit it out.
Sorry.
Anyway, if you got this far and you liked what you see, if you wouldn't mind hitting the old subscribe button, the notification bell, that'll give you timely reminders on YouTube. And if you're watching this, if you're listening to this in the podcast app, if you could give us 5 stars, that'd be great. Really helps the channel. Or if you're in YouTube, if you want to smash the like button and share, that also helps the channel out, gets our name out there, and gets more people watching and listening. But until next time, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.